The first time I made an attempt, I was probably 11 years old. There was a small bottle marked poison on the windowsill above the kitchen sink. Every time I was forced to wash the dishes, my least favorite chore, I'd blast music in my headphones and think about how depressed I was. Though I didn't know it at the time, you know what depression is. That tiny bottle would often catch my attention. I wondered why it was there. What does it taste like? Will it make the pain go away? Months went by, and every day or so, that tiny bottle marked poison would have more and more of my attention. Until one day, I took it. It tasted awful. It made me sick, but I felt relief. The pain would be over. I went to bed happy, thinking I'd finally find peace. I woke up the next day, sick but okay, disappointed, heartbroken. I inspected the bottle, trying to figure out what went wrong. It expired a few months ago. Around the first time I noticed it. No one even noticed the bottle was gone. The second time I made an attempt, I was 13. The pain was unbearable, but I kept telling myself, just make it to 16. You'll finish high school, you'll move away. I'll start college, and I'll leave everything else behind. You can't run from your problems. But I thought, at least I won't have to see these people every day anymore. They'd be halfway across the world. I could be myself. No more pain. Those thoughts kept me going. They were my motivation to stay alive. Just make it 16. And everything will be all right. Until one night, probably on the 16th of a month in summer, I couldn't take it anymore. Just make it to 16 wasn't working anymore. And there were a lot of pills in the cupboard, in the kitchen. I took as many as I could. Not knowing what they were, I just wanted the pain to stop. I went to bed happy, thinking I'd finally find peace. But I woke up the next day, sick, but okay, disappointed, heartbroken even. Turns out those pills were just vitamins. The third and fourth time came a year later. Same scenarios, trying different pills or chugging NyQuil. Clearly nothing ever worked because I'm still here and I felt like a failure. How could I suck so much that I couldn't even do this right? No one even ever noticed. Or if they did, they didn't care. Not like I wanted attention or anything. But never being caught just reminded me of how alone I really was. The fifth time I put real effort into. I did research and I planned it out. Sideways for attention, long ways for results. Dosages, rope, knots. I learned it all, everything that I could. I wanted it to be quick, but painless. So cutting and tying ropes were out of the question. I knew pain and time would lead me to chicken out, and I was tired of failing. By this point, I was 15 and an alcoholic. I figured a little liquid courage would help me finish the job for once. But it kept getting in the way. I'd get so drunk that I couldn't function. And I just failed miserably each time with every new attempt. I'd go to bed happy, thinking I'd finally find peace. Waking up the next day, sick but okay. Disappointed, heartbroken, and hungover. The sixth time came when I was 17. I never moved away or started college, by the way. I was actually fairly happy until I made a mistake and my girlfriend caught me cheating. I never actually did anything. It was only thoughts that I had been venting to a friend about. But she read those texts and it was enough for her. And that was enough for me to make all the pain and trauma come right back. Feeling abandoned and alone again. So I filled up the sink with water. I thought I'd let the water just take me. I wouldn't have to go to bed this time feeling happy. I'd find peace, finally. Until someone actually caught me. And I was disappointed, heartbroken, and in trouble. I am 23 now. I've been through so much trauma in my life. And all my life, I've turned to drugs and alcohol and sex to help me cope. But I've given all those things up. And that's what makes my most recent traumas the hardest to deal with. Having to deal with them sober. Having to deal with them in healthy ways. This video started as me writing a letter. Somewhere along the way of writing words to paper, I decided to record this instead of making attempt number 7. The truth is, I have a lot to live for right now. Despite all the negative things that I'm currently going through and have been through, one of the main things I have to live for is a little girl who looks just like me and calls me daddy and loves me more than I could ever love myself. So instead of attempt number 7, here's a video that one day I'll be able to look back on and be proud of how far I've come from this time right now and how I'm feeling. Or whoever finds this video and is watching right now, maybe some of you guys will be mourning me.